So very good, very good morning to all of you. For environmental studies, we are seeing the chapter number 4 is the nothing but your environmental pollution, and in that we will see the course outcome will be the applying techniques to reduce the environmental pollution and the state the impact of sewage in this unit outcome. Also the state various units and their function of sewage treatment plant. So that topic is 4.4 in unit number 4. The student able to understand the sewage treatment process. This is today's takeaway. And the content of this lecture is the wastewater generation, the sewage generation, impact of wastewater treatment process, and the CPCB norms, that is Central Pollution Control Board. So this CPCB norms, that is Central Pollution Control Board. Okay. So you can see the generation with waste water, the liquid waste generated from our domestic use, from the kitchen, or from our daily use, domestic use. From there you can the waste generated, industrial facilities is called as the wastewater. Also, the water bodies can be polluted by a wide variety of substances, including the pathogenic microorganisms, organic waste, toxic chemicals from the industries, sediments from the runoff, oil and grease, solid waste, and most dangerous nowadays the plastic. So mostly the plastic is also coming into the solid waste, but it is very harmful for the nature. Such polluted water is called as wastewater or sewage. So such polluted water, you can see into the this photograph also how much pollutions are there in the sewage water. So there are different types of sewage water. It may be domestic sewage, it may be the industrial sewage, it may be the sanitary sewage, or it may be the storm sewage from the runoff of the rain. So these are the four types of domestic sewage you can see here. Okay, industrial sewage, sanitary sewage, and the storm sewage. Okay, so these are the types of sewages. Now first we will come to the domestic sewage. It carries used water from houses and apartments. The wastewater from the houses and apartments, they are termed as the domestic sewage. It is the primary source of pathogens. Pathogens means the disease causing microorganism. It may be bacteria, it may be the viruses, it may be another microorganisms. So these are the source of the pathogen. A lot of disease result from being in contact with the sewage water, such as diarrhea, cholera, typhoid, dysentery, or skin infections. So these diseases can be due to this water. And the domestic sewage contain excess of nitrates and phosphates, which are promote the growth of algae, which can be promote the growth of algae. So these domestic waste contain excess of nitrates and pathogens, which promote the growth of algae. Then again, second type is when we come the industrial sewage. So it is used water from various processes of the industries. It may be the industries may be including the dirt and gravel and masonry of the concrete, scrap metal from the metal industries, oil, solvents, chemicals, even vegetable matters from restaurant, etc. These are the industrial waste. Also in our textile industry, you can see the many such caustic soda we are using and different things we are using for our textile industry, that is also including the waste to the medical waste and e-waste when enters in the wastewater. It affects the its effects become more dangerous. So biomedical waste are also there. E-waste means the wastages from the we are using computers, hardware, that is mouse, keyboard, monitor, and etc. E-material we are using, that is coming under the e-waste. And biomedical waste from the medical hospitals, etc. They are terms that the biomedical waste. तो इंडस्ट्रियल वेस्ट में जहाँ जहाँ ऑयल है, केमिकल्स है, स्क्रैप है, वेजिटेबल है, इसी तरह बायोमेडिकल वेस्ट, हॉस्पिटल की जो वेस्ट है, क्लिनिकल वेस्ट है, सलाइन है, सिरिंज है, एक्सेट्रा, दीज आर कमिंग इन द बायोमेडिकल वेस्ट. ई वेस्ट जैसे हमारा मॉनिटर है, कीबोर्ड है, माउस है, एक्सेट्रा, दे आर कमिंग इन टू ई वेस्ट. So these are the types of sewage, industrial sewage. Now, sanitary sewage, the wastages from our sanitary use, that is bathrooms we are using, WC we are using. So this wastages from the sanitary we are collecting other source. You can see here the WC, the waste of WC we are collecting at other source, and rainfall or the water from the runoff we are collecting other sources. Okay, so these are the sanitary wastage. And then storm or sewage waste, when there is surface runoff developed during and immediate after the rainfall over the connected area, which is collected in the form of sewage, is called as storm sewage. So this is also the fourth type, the wastages from the runoff out to the rain, etc. are collected and with the area, and that is nothing but the sewage from the storm sewage, or is from the storm sewage, wastages from the runoff of the water. Impact of wastewater or sewage, impact of wastewater on the environment. If you will directly dispose the or leave the water into the our water bodies, then that will affect the main impact of various situations or organisms living in the water, and also the water we are using from the pond, river, or lake, that is be contaminated. So when there will be impact if your wastages from the domestic waste, industrial waste, or the wastage from the sanitary, we are directly uh, live into the our water bodies, then this impact of wastewater will be seen. So it create a bad smell or nuisance when we directly put the water without treatment. It produces the polluted water resources. It also pollute the air. Therefore, air pollution also increasing, and land and soil pollution also increasing as we live in without treating the water. The most immediate effect of the wastewater on the environment is destruction of nature habitat, aquatic plant, wildlife like fishes, crabs, birds, tortoise, etc. due to exposure of harmful chemicals. So this is the most dangerous, and that is effect of the due to the impact of your wastewater. Also, the impact of wastewater on the human being, we have already seen earlier. Pathogens in the wastewater spread waterborne diseases like typhoid, uh, cholera, dysentery, and many other diseases, fever, diarrhea, hepatitis. These are the diseases causing due to the pollution of or drinking of the polluted or the wastewater. Chemical in the water also have negative effect on our health. Pesticide can damage the nervous system and cause cancer also. So it is very dangerous that if we are taking this contaminated water for our drinking purpose, then that they will harmful for our human bodies and human organs, and that will be adverse effect on our health. And sewage must be treated before released into the water bodies. So sewage may be treated into the release before releasing to the water bodies. So that if you are not treat is, then that will be harmful for human being as well as the animals, as well as the it pollute our soil, etc. that we are using for the agriculture. Similarly, the sewage treatment process is a process of
बेटा वही नहीं.
hello. Sewage treatment process is the process of removing pollutant from both domestic and industrial wastewater. The objective of sewage treatment is to produce a safe disposal effluent without polluting the surrounding environment. सीवेज ट्रीटमेंट यानी जो वेस्ट वाटर हमारा डोमेस्टिक वेस्ट से घर से जो निकलता है, इंडस्ट्री से जो निकलता है, उसके ट्रीटमेंट को हम क्या बोलते हैं? सीवेज ट्रीटमेंट. ओके, सीवेज ट्रीटमेंट प्लांट हम लोग देखते हैं. वाटर ट्रीटमेंट प्लांट भी अलग है. सीवेज ट्रीटमेंट प्लांट भी हमारे हर बड़ी जगह पर डिस्ट्रिक्ट लेवल पर या फिर तालुका लेवल पर होता है. हमारे यहाँ पर भी है हमारे गांव में. एंड दैट इज without treatment you cannot discharge the water into the water bodies. तो हमारे यहाँ पर नहीं है सीवेज ट्रीटमेंट प्लांट. ओनली वाटर ट्रीटमेंट प्लांट्स आर देयर इन मालेगांव. So that is needed. Only solid waste management is there, and still lots of work to be done in this regard. The objective of sewage treatment to produce a safe disposal effluent without polluting surrounding environment. तो ऑब्जेक्टिव क्या है ट्रीटमेंट का? कि अगर हम जो पानी है, अगर हम जो बगैर प्रोसेस के अगर हम अपने वाटर बॉडीज में रिवर है, पॉन्ड है और वेल है, इसमें अगर हम छोड़ देते हैं सॉइल में, तो दे विल contaminate, they will pollute, and that will create the harmful effect on the human being and animals. Okay, so that's why sewage treatment is needed. Okay, अभी आ रही है क्या? आरिफ, साउंड इज
हाँ
क्लियर?
सर।
ओके।
तो थोड़ा आवाज जो है ना सर धीमा आ रही है वो है ना।
अच्छा,
और
अभी
सर अब मोबाइल पे तो और भी धीरे आ रही है, इसलिए मैं कंप्यूटर ज्वाइन कर लिया तो थोड़ा जोर से आ रही है आवाज।
अच्छा, धीमे आ रही है आवाज, अभी आई बराबर?
हाँ सर।
ठीक है, थोड़ा करीब करके बोलता हूँ माइक में। तो स्टेप इन सीवेज ट्रीटमेंट, there are three steps in the sewage treatment process, that is uh, primary treatment, secondary treatment, and the tertiary treatment. तो जिस तरह वाटर ट्रीटमेंट प्लांट का हम लोगों ने फ्लो चार्ट देखा था, इसी तरह हम देखेंगे कि सीवेज ट्रीटमेंट में क्या स्टेप्स होते हैं, है ना, वहाँ और इसमें क्या फ़र्क है, यू कैन कम टू नो. So you can see this flow chart of the sewage treatment process, uh, and we have divided it into different portions, that is primary, secondary, and tertiary treatment. So inlet of wastewater, it will be from here. The wastewater is entered, and screening of the debris is done, and that screening of debris and the after screening, the water is for the large particles, plastics or other metals is collected here. Okay, then after screening, the sand and grit remover chamber is there, where the heavy particles will settle down and grit are settled down, and then again it moves to the primary clarification. Okay, in primary clarification, the solid sludges or sludge is removed, and it is uh, went or diverted to the sludge digesters, and water liquids is also the wastewater other than this is again forwarded to the secondary uh, treatment, uh, for secondary treatment. Here the aeration of water is done. Any oxygen is mixed, so the oxygen is mixed, and here the bacteria flourishes, and the bacteria then they will eat the organic matters, and that's why the water is treatment is done in the aeration time, and that process is also called as the activated sludge process. You can see here written the activated sludge process, and then again the water clear the water treated water from this process is again proceed to the clarification, and here also the foam and other suspended solids are separated at the clarifier, and then the wastewater again forwarded for the disinfection through the chlorine or the ultraviolet light UV rays. They will kill the pathogens, bacteria, and harmful pathogens. They will kill the here, and then the water is discharged to the natural resources, that is river, pond, or lake or canal, which are using for the agriculture purpose or gardening purpose. This treated water or treated sewage water is released, or effluent. The treated sewage water is not fully drinkable, but it is not harmful for the animals. It is not harmful for the land, and that effluent is discharged to the water bodies. The water bodies may be the river, lake, etc. So this process is nothing but the treatment of your sewage treatment engine. Okay, तो आई थिंक सो आपको ये समझ में आ गया होगा. बहुत से बच्चे ट्राई कर रहे हैं ज्वाइन होने के लिए, लेकिन आई विल नॉट ज्वाइन देम बिकॉज ऑलरेडी इट इज पास्ट 30 मिनट. So I will not join this or entertain this type of persons who are joining late now. So you should join on time for the lecture. Otherwise, I will not accept no anymore uh, or let you in into the class. So once again, I will uh, uh, repeat the procedure. The inlet of wastewater from the source with arrow. I am showing red arrow now. The wastewater, the large particle, plastic bags, metals, or etc. They are collected here at the screening chamber. Then some fine particles still there, some metals are still there. They are at the sand and grit removal chamber that will be collected. Then some sludges and etc. Textile wastage and some sludges are there. They are diverted to the sludge digester tank and at the primary clarification and the water free from the sludge is diverted for the secondary treatment in the aeration tank and then after the aeration then it again then sent to the secondary clarification and again here the sludge is diverted to the activated sludge or sludge digester process is there because here why activated sludge process because already we are added the oxygen here to the aeration and the bacteria flourishes and this activated sludge the bacteria eat the organic matters and the water treatment is done and again this treated waters is uh, proceed for the disinfection that to kill the microorganisms, bacteria and other microorganisms through the chlorine or the ultraviolet rays, and then after that disinfection in the tertiary will come in the tertiary treatment where the this water is or effluent is discharged to the river or lake or water bodies. So this is the simplified uh, process of your sewage treatment, primary, secondary, and the tertiary treatment. Many such flow charts are available on internet. You can search and you can use them. One by one, what is going on the primary treatment? In the primary treatment, remove the material that can be easily collected from the raw sewage. इसमें क्या क्या होते हैं इसमें होते हैं suspended debris removal by the bar screening. Grit removal, grit means छोटे छोटे सैंड के पार्टिकल्स जो होते हैं और छोटे छोटे जो माइन्यूट पार्टिकल्स सॉइल के होते हैं दे आर removed in the grit chamber that is come under the primary treatment of the sewage water. Then sludge removal by primary clarification in the sedimented soil. So heavy sludges they are deposited and the water overflow over the primary clarification for the secondary treatment. So this is nothing but the primary treatment of the wastewater. Then in secondary treatment process, secondary treatment removes the dissolved and the suspended biological matters. That is the organic matters available, you can say. So here we are providing the oxygen. You can see the aeration tank where we are supplying the wastewater and also in secondary clarification from there also the syllages we are written for the aeration where it is given to the activated sludge process and again from the activated sludge process the water somehow treated is sent to the secondary clarifier and the overflow effluent will be sent for the tertiary treatment and the wastages in the form of sludge is sent to the sludge digester. So this is the secondary treatment process. इसमें हम लोग क्या करते हैं एरेशन प्रोवाइड करते हैं बैक्टीरिया फ्लश होते हैं फ्लरिश होते हैं और ये जो है ऑर्गेनिक मैटर्स को और जो बायोलॉजिकल मैटर्स है उनको ईट करते हैं खा जाते हैं उससे जो कॉन्टेमिनेशन है वो कम हो जाता है। फिर उसको एक्टिवेटेड स्टोरेज प्रोसेस में हम डालते हैं जहाँ पर ये प्रोसेस होता है, और उसके बाद जो क्लियर वाटर है वो सेकेंडरी क्लैरिफायर में सेंड किया जाता है, जहाँ पर अगेन डिपोजिशन होता है और जो सरफेस पर जो फोम और दूसरे कंटेंट है वो रिमूव कर ले जाते हैं। जो हाथ या जिसके सस्पेंडेड सॉलिड जो डिपॉजिट होते हैं उसको एज ए वेस्ट स्लज दे आर सेंट टू द स्लज डाइजेस्टर, और इफ्लुएंट जो है फर्दर टर्सरी ट्रीटमेंट के लिए आगे भेज दिए जाते हैं। तो secondary treatment is typically performed by the membrane bioreactor with water-borne microorganism in its managed habitat. The biological film of bacteria, protozoa, fungi uh, form on the membrane, eat or reduce the harmful organic content from the wastewater, है ना। तो यह फ्लरिश होने के बैक्टीरिया फ्लरिश होने के लिए हम लोग एरेशन प्रोवाइड करते हैं, और दे विल ईट द bacteria, protozoa, and the fungi. They will eat the organic content from the wastewater. It includes the aeration and the secondary clarification fire. This is the secondary treatment. Now we'll send it to the tertiary treatment, where the sand filtration removes the residual suspended matter by the filtration or activated carbon, and also called as carbon absorbent, removes the uh, residual toxins available into the water. Then sludge removal by the secondary clarification in sedimentation tank. The liquid sludge is separated and subjected for further treatment to make it suitable for final disposal. Typically, sludges are thickened to reduce the volume of disposal. Okay, so these sludges are removed, and for further treatment they are sent to the sludge digester tank we have seen here. In this here you can see the sludge is sent to the sludge digester. Okay, so sludge is out from the primary clarifier, from the secondary clarifier it is diverted to the sludge digester, and then that is also treated and sent for the agriculture purpose or made for the agriculture soil. Then the chlorination is done, that is disinfectant for, and it destroys the disease causing bacteria, parasites and other organism that is present into the water. And after the chlorination also oxidizes the iron, manganese and hydrogen sulfide, so they can be filtered out at the chlorination chamber. So this is nothing but your tertiary treatment. Then after the chlorination, this is infection done, and the disease causing bacteria, parasites are killed, and then the clear water after the chlorination is discharged to the water bodies. Then the removal of plant nutrition, the phosphate and nitrates promote the growth of algae. You can see on the surface जिसको हम लोग उर्दू में क्या बोलते हैं, काई बोलते हैं। तो आप देखेंगे काई के डिपॉजिट आपको दिख रहे हैं ग्रीन कलर के, दैट इज नथिंग बट कॉल्ड एज अलगी। इसको क्या बोलते हैं हम लोग एक्चुअल में, दे आर कॉल्ड एज अलगी। दैट काई जो जम जाती है हम बोलते हैं, हमारे घरों में आप जो उस पर भी देखते होंगे, आपके घर अगर मिट्टी का मिट्टी की वाटर ड्रिंकिंग वाटर का आपका टैंक होगा, तो वही देयर आल्सो यू कैन सी द algae और ग्रीन कलर algae और डैम्पिंग near where there is damping the algae are available. So here you can see in the water bodies, and that uh, can be removed, and the eutrophication of the lakes can be removed by the chemical precipitation, a method called nitrification. Denitrification can be used to remove the nitrates from the water body. So these are the sewage treatment process. We have seen primary treatment, secondary treatment, and tertiary treatment, and then algae removal or nitrification, denitrification process uh, from the lake or from the water bodies. Now there are some uh, norms to discharge the effluent into the water bodies. So Central Pollution Control Board, that is CPCB, has issued the following standard uh, for the treated sewage discharge to the according with the provision of section 17(1) of G of Water Prevention and Control Pollution Act, that is PCP, uh, WPCB, the Water Prevention and Control Pollution Act in 1974. So when you are discharging the water into the water bodies, sewage into the water bodies, after the treatment, the pH value should be uh, 5.5 to 9 if you are discharging the inlet surface water. If you are discharging the public sewer, then also the value is in between 5.5 to 9, the pH value. For irrigation also, if you are discharging, the pH value will be 5.5 to 9. The biological oxygen demand after the discharging for inlet surface, it may be 30 milligram per liter. For public sewer, it will be 350 milligram per liter, and for land irrigation, 100 grams per liter. These are the permissible values for different discharge, effluent discharge water body. It is given by the Central Pollution Board Control Board. Then chemical oxygen demand, you can see here uh, the inlet surface water 250 milligram per liter, and the suspended solid it may be for inlet surface water is 100, public sewer 600, and the land irrigation it is 200. Then auto ammonical or nitrogen content in the effluent will be 50, 50 for the public sewer also, and that can be permissible again, and that can be checked before discharging water into the water bodies. The total nitrogen milligram per liter, it is 100 milligram per liter for the discharge in land surface. No value is given for public sewer and land irrigation. Oil and grease milligram per liter, 10 for the for inlet surface, and for 20 for the public sewer, and for irrigation also this thing. Also bioassay test, 90% survival of fish after 96 hours in 100% effluent, 90% survival of fish after 96 hours 100% effluent. This criteria is for the three inlet surface, public sewer, and land irrigation are common. Okay, so these are the some of the parameters is given by the Central Pollution Control Board. Uh, these are the permissible values before discharging the effluent into the water bodies. Now the conclusion: the aquatic biodiversity is the rich and wonderful variety of plants and animals, and also essential to maintain the environmental balance. So that's why the effluent when we are discharging, that should be treated. They have equal right of living. The microorganism into the water, they have the equal right of living like us, and they are maintaining also the biological cycle. So they are very important for us. Hence, wastewater must be treated before releasing water into the bodies. So these are the conclusion of today's lecture. So you should treat the water before discharging into the water bodies. Also, pipes takes water into treatments. The treatments of water disposes the sewage is collected, then screening is done at the this screening chamber, and then primary sedimentation tank, primary treatment stage, in secondary treatment stage, in final treatment, that is tertiary treatment stage, and then the filter water is discharged to the water bodies. It may be the river, it may be the pond. We are discharging into the river and pond, etc. Okay, and we have studied today the wastewater sewage uh, generation. We have studied impact of wastewater, also sewage treatment process, and some permissible limits of the parameters of the Central Pollution Control Board before discharge of effluent to the water bodies. So this is the today's outcome. Some of the differences you can refer for your study, and you can further study if you need. You can take these books and you can study them. So this is all about today's lecture. If you have any doubt, you can ask. Otherwise, uh, we will stop your meeting. Anything, Arif? Any question, Kulsum, Momin, Anas, Momin, Saad, Amir? You don't have many of your.
Yes, sir, present.
Do you understand today's lecture?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Only Arif is saying all other are maybe sleeping. I told you that when you are joining the lecture, open your cameras so that I will see your face uh, and that will be the good interaction between us. Okay, so we will stop here and you will study regularly and I will try to give you the quizzes on the unit number 3. We have completed unit number 3 and 4. Based on that, I will raise some practice quiz to you soon, inshallah. And you have to do as you have done before class test 1. So before class test 2 also, we will try to uh, give you the uh, quizzes.
सर
Okay. ओके
सर
बोलिए मोमिन अनस हाँ बोलिए
सर सेकंड क्लास टेस्ट कब होगा सर?
देखिए जब भी एमएसबीटी से अपने को डिपार्टमेंट से नोटिस मिलेगा देन ओनली मे बी द मिड ऑफ योर जून आई थिंक सो इट विल बी देयर ओके so be prepared.
यस सर. यस सर.
So shall we stop here or anything more you have to ask? Okay, we'll stop here. Thank